is Aparajita Bhattacharya, and today we are going to start a whole new chapter, which is chapter 2. We will be studying today about the computer languages. Yes, we have recently learned about the hardware and software. You must also be wondering how the softwares are made. Okay, the softwares are essential part of the computer, but they require a lot of hard work to develop a software. These software are made by using the computer language. Okay, let us start this chapter now. Before starting, what is computer language? First of all, we must understand what is language. Okay, a language is a medium to interact or communicate with one another. Okay, like I'm interacting with you now, this is also language. It is a medium of communicating or interacting with one another. In the same way, what does language mean in computer? A computer language means the medium or way to interact between the user and the computer. Yes, the computer language refers to the language or medium through which the user can communicate with the computer. Okay, we can write it down like this. The language or medium used to interact or communicate between the user or and computer. Is called computer language. It is also referred as programming language. Okay, computer language is also referred to programming language. Both are the same thing. If someone says you programming language, then you must not get confused between the computer language or programming language. Both are the same thing. Sometimes we call it computer programming language also. Okay, the language or medium used to interact or communicate between the user and computer is called computer language or programming language. This is really very important. Why? Because in previous classes we have already discussed that computer only understands the language of 0 and 1, which is quite difficult. Okay, now we are going to classify the computer language. There are different kinds of computer language available. Okay, we will classify the computer language now. In how many categories the computer languages can be classified? We will just make a quick diagram here. Okay, computer language. Okay, computer language can be basically classified in two categories. Okay, low level language and high level language. In low level language, it can further be divided into groups. One is machine level language and another is assembly level language. Okay. This machine level language can also be termed as first generation. First generation of what? Computer language. Okay. Assembly level language can also be termed as second generation. Second generation of computer language or programming language. Similarly, high level language can be divided in three groups. Third generation programming language, which can also be written as 3GL. Okay. Fourth generation programming language, which can be written as 4GL, and lastly the fifth generation programming language, which is written as 5GL. Okay. Now let us understand what is low level language and high level language and what are the differences between these two type of language. I will tell you shortly what is low level language and high level language. Okay. Low level language was the first language that was being used by the computer users to program the computers. Okay. This include the machine level language and assembly level language. But these languages were quite difficult to program, okay, because machine level language only use the theory of 0 and 1, which is the binary digit, and assembly level language use the abbreviations, okay, to program the code. So these were quite difficult to understand and to use, which became very tedious and hard-working job for the programmers to program the softwares. After this came the high level language, which is really very easy when it is compared to the low level language. Why it is easy now? What is the difference? The difference is that the language or the code that we use in the high level language is quite similar to the human language. Okay. The codings in high level language are really very easy for the programmer to understand and to memorize. We can easily use these codings for creating the software in comparison to the low level and assembly level, machine level and assembly level language. Okay. These languages in low level language were generally machine dependent. What is meant by machine dependent? Machine dependent means these languages can only be run or executed for the computer or machine they are made. It cannot be used in other kind of computer. Okay. But high level languages are machine independent. Okay. Machine independent means what? The programs or softwares that are made by using the high level language, they can be used in other platforms or computer systems by making simple or no changes at all. That is why it is called machine independent. Okay. We will now write down the difference between the low level language and high level language. First, you can pause the video and draw this diagram in your notebook. Okay students, let us now discuss about the difference between low level programming language and high level programming language. You can see here on the whiteboard I have written down the differences between the low level language and high level language. Let us now discuss one by one. Firstly, low level language is hard to read by the humans. Why is it hard to read by the humans? Because the programs that are written in low level language are generally written, for example, either in this form or in this form. This is the machine level language and this is the assembly level language, which is quite difficult to understand by the humans. Okay, high level language codes are human readable. Okay, human readable means we can easily understand. Like we can understand what is this, it is written included. It is one of the code of the high level language. INT means integer. It is also one of the code of the high level language. So it uses the English language in general. Okay, the words which we use generally. That is why it is quite easier than the low level language. Low level language provides exact control over the CPU. Why and how does it provide the exact control over the CPU? We have already read about translators in the previous chapter. Okay, what is a translator? It translates or converts the machine level language into high level language and vice versa. Okay, if the code is written in low level language or machine level language, then what happens? The CPU doesn't need a translator to translate the code. Okay, so the code gets the exact control over the CPU. There is no need for translation. But high level language must be translated for the CPU to execute, because the CPU doesn't understand any other language except the language of 0 and 1 or the binary number system. Okay. Thirdly, it will only run on one type of CPU, because the machine level language or 0 and 1 is made differently for every computer system. So if a computer system has a low level language, it cannot be run on another computer system. In contrast to this, high level language can run on different types of CPU. Okay, because there are the translator to convert the high level language to low level language. So it doesn't need to prepare different sets of programming language for different sets of programming for different set of computer system. The same software or instruction can be provided to different computer system. It is faster for computers to run as no translation is required, because the process of translation takes some time. If the code is written in machine level language, it will be directly executed by the computer. That is why the time required for the translation is cut off, which increase the processing speed. It makes it faster to execute. Whereas the high level language is less faster in comparison to low level language. Why? Because the code has to be translated into the machine level language and then it has to be communicated with the CPU. That is why translation is required, which makes it to get some time or use some more time to translate the code. You will pause the video and write down this difference between the low level language and high level language in your notebook. Okay. Okay students, now we will discuss what are the generations of programming language. Okay, there are altogether 5 generations of programming language till date. What are they? First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation and fifth generation language. Okay, there are altogether 5 generations of languages, in which the first generation and second generation are low level language. Okay, and the rest 3, third generation, fourth generation and fifth generation, are high level language. Okay, so today we are going to deal about the first generation and second generation language. What is first generation language? The first generation language is also known as the machine level language. Okay, first generation language is also known as machine level language. Now what is machine level language and how it is used in the computer system? We know that the computer only understands the language of 0 and 1. What are these? These are bits. Okay, it is the shortest form of the data. These number system is also called the binary number system. Okay, 0 and 1 is also called the binary number system. There are only 2 digits in this number system. The 0 indicates the off state and 1 indicates the on state. Okay, so the code is only written by using the 0 and 1. For example, 1 1 1 1 0 0 1. Okay, it is a 8-bit code. So you can see here, if I write here 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 1, we cannot understand what is the meaning of this. So previously I told that it is really difficult to understand by the humans, because we don't know what does this code interpret or what this code stands for. Okay, so it is really very difficult to understand the machine level language. But CPU, since understands only this language, if a code is written in machine level language, it is really very fast and easy to be executed by the computer system, because it doesn't require any kind of translation. It directly executes the code in the computer system. Okay, since this became very difficult to understand, people developed a new kind of programming language, which is the second generation programming language. Second generation language. This language was also known as assembly level language. Okay, second generation language was also known as assembly level language. Now what is the difference between machine level language and assembly level language? We saw that the code that was used in machine level language only used the 0 and 1 bits, but in assembly level language we can use small abbreviations like this instead of using 0 and 1, which makes it quite easier than the machine level language. But still these codes were hard to understand. Okay, this set of code were known as mnemonics. Mnemonics, the M remains silent here. Okay, the set of short abbreviations that were used in assembly level language were called mnemonics. So the programmers use this set of code to program the computer. Okay, to translate this assembly level language to machine level language, the translator known as assembler was used. We have already read about the translator, assemblers, compilers and interpreters, but I will revise it once again for you now. Assembler is a translator. Okay, translator that converts assembly language to machine level language. What does the translator do? It converts the assembly level language to machine level language, and vice versa. It converts the machine level language to assembly level language. Okay, this much for today. Now in our next class we will discuss about the next generation, that is high level language, third generation, fourth generation and fifth generation computer. Okay, for your homework you will write down the difference between the low level language and high level language in your notebook. You will also write down what is the definition of a computer or programming language. Okay, make a diagram of the classification of computer language in your notebook. Thank you.